Hello. Okay, so in this video I'm going to show Steve Jennings' new Audi A4, which is recently brought out. Welcome to level 7, where all of the car reviews happen in the Olympia car park in Dundee. This car review is my Audi A4 Avant, which is there. And there's Chris as well making his review. Let's have a look. What car have I got? And yes, I am a bit sunburnt, but hey, let's see what we've got. There's my Audi A4 Avant with a 2 litre turbo diesel injection, 150 horsepower. It is the S-Line model. It's got the alloys, the tinted rear windows and the flat bottom steering wheel to go with it. I have actually got quite a lot of stuff in the boot. There's nothing private in there. I've got the model that if you hold down the boot button, the boot will open. Same, so like aircon, gas and tools. But big boot. For example, I've got a tool bag there with a car jack behind it. I've got my work bag there. A couple of things here and there. The only way to shut the boot, by the way, is that button there. But if you know Audis and VAG group, you'll know there's a warning triangle in there. Audi have them hidden behind here. Volkswagen, I believe, it's a wee cover. You can still see the ends of it, but the cover just comes down like that. Press the button to shut the boot. Yeah. And that just locks it all back down. So you can see this is a flashing light to say the alarm's on. If I was to stick my hand in the car, I'm getting the remote ready for this. The infrared alarm should set the alarm off, and yet they're not. There it goes. That's the alarm.
The screen is demonstrating the alarm. It's got the window open and moved. Put your side, that's the inside radar. You know, you can turn that off as well.
You can, with a button right in the door.
Right at the door, yeah. On mine, it's right on the door pillar, on the B pillar.
Yeah.
But if it's a wind, because I learned it the hard way, I had the window open one day.
Air freshener's shaking or something.
Yeah.
So here's the interior here. We've got our seats with the adjustable front end support with a lever underneath. We've got electric lumbar support. The seat obviously moves up and down, but the manual roll wheel for the back, I'll just hop in. You can see on the driver's door, we've got all electric windows, mirror controls, including heated right there. The lock and unlock buttons. Coming inside, we've got the light controls and the dimmer for the sat-nav screen. We've got all the buttons on the steering wheel. Some of the newer models don't actually have these buttons, but this one does. We've got a dashboard right there with manual, analog clocks, tacho and speedometer and tax. Except the wee screen in the middle obviously lights up there. The interior lights are LED. We've got our lights on when the doors are open and our manual switch on lights. The mirrors that we've got, they do light up with, again, LED bar on both sides. Gear stick, so we are a 6-speed manual gearbox. The controls for the sat-nav unit are here, and the screen is not touch screen. So I was confused as to why there was touch marks on the sat-nav. But the hazard lights are just there. And that works nice. All your climate controls have a really nice touch feature. When you switch the ignition on, you can go like this and it highlights them without even pressing the button, even if I tap the front of it. See? That comes with A4 MMI navigation, it knows the door's open. I did top up the AC gas earlier, so it's nice. We're still up at operating temperature. Car knows it's off. It's done 137,068 miles. We'll just click off of there for now. So we've got our drive modes here. If I click back off of that, you see Audi Drive Select, vehicle settings, steering wheel buttons, exterior lighting, things like this. Automatic headlights, entry exit lights, turn them on and off.
I've got the seat right foot, I'm going to move it back a bit for me.
That was me when I was cleaning it earlier.
Yeah.
Speed warning, parking age,
no, the seats go
efficiency assist, Audi pre-sense, which is like front crash assist, rest recommendations, rain shade.
So I'm going to piggyback on to Steve's video when I was explaining on his video.
Servicing and checks.
Oh, that would be difficult. Got impressive car, like. That was nice. To put the seat right back.
Tyre pressure loss indicator.
It's got good lighting.
Oil level, as Chris said in the previous video, it is actually electronic.
So I'll piggyback this on to Stu's videos. He's
oil level okay. It knows it's about half the way. Could probably do a wee bit of a top up, but nothing major. So servicing and checks, once again we were in oil level. It's electronic dipstick that shows it's basically midway. Could do with a wee top up at some point. We've got service intervals. We can reset the oil change service light, but we can't change the standard service unless you have an OBD scanner like myself. Then you've got car information, which would bring up the likes of your VIN and the wiper change position that puts them up there for changing wipers. And it just goes back down now. There we go, we've got all the vehicle settings in there. Again, we do actually have, because I found this the other day, the background lighting. So you can see we can actually change these. If I go into individual, which I'm on now, we can change the colour of them. Contour light and colour. So if I just go ahead and switch them to say blue, that would change the colour and the doors. So they're now blue, but you'll still see the cup holders are red. So I'll change this back to red for now because that's the colour I like.
See cup holders that are light, but I'll show you that you know where to put the
exactly.
That's something I find difficult when it's dark, is finding the cup holder.
We have contour lighting colour, background lighting colour. That is our cup holders right there, you can see them changing colour. Various colours we got there. I will stick them back to being the red colour that I like, which is that. And in there we've also got footwell brightness, which allows us to adjust how bright the footwell lights are. You can turn them off, have them dim, or have them all the way cranked up like I do, because it just looks cool. And this button here, to turn the screen off, you got your drive modes, which is obviously what you saw before, the individual, comfort, efficiency, start, stop, off button, traction control, I believe that's what that is, off, and obviously this lovely feature that when you don't even press the buttons, it gives you a highlight as to what they do, and then if you do hit them, obviously it changes. Chris is now squeezing.
I might need to get that
forward
a bit. I just don't think I'm going to
push it then. Yep,
that's better. I actually had to get
squeezing this onto the back seats
because I couldn't get my size 12 shoes and I just couldn't.
I think
with the seat
for the most part that's just covered the front seats. Other than the fact that we've also got the metal covered pedals, which are all lovely. But it's obviously got the click at the bottom of the pedal here. Listen close. Which overrides the cruise control. Now we'll start the engine. I did not know that. There we go. That's it done. Here's the lights doing their adjustments. There we go. And we're going to shut this door so it doesn't beep at me. There we are. So there's my last trip over the last couple of hours. 37 miles to the gallon because I've been idling a fair bit and just kind of put my foot down a wee bit. If we look at historic, you'll see we actually get closer to 50 miles to the gallon. But I have had my aircon on quite a bit as well, so it puts down your miles per gallon. So we are nearly full tank, we're just one bar off of it, and we've got 650 miles to empty on a 40 litre fuel tank. Pretty happy with that. Other information on there as you please, energy consumption, the air conditioner, driver assist, etc. At the very top you've got date and time page, then you've got your speedometer, which is obviously what I keep it on. If you click your view you can see things like minimum display. If you hit the right and left buttons you've got things like what your music is, but won't go on that, it's my contacts, and what direction you're going in, and that's it. And then of course the horn, being a nice typical German loud Audi horn. So that's me covered everything on the front apart from that dimming mirror, which it is a dimming mirror, even though you can't really see the dimming in it. I think it'll be a crystallised mirror. It does do it, and those lights are just in the way. And that's how it is. And as soon as you hit this button on here for it to pull towards you for the screen wash, you'll see it let go. It does a set amount of scoosh, so you don't waste too much. The same would be for the rear if you pushed away, but it obviously doesn't work just now. If you press on the end, that's what the activating for the rear wiper should be, but again, of course it doesn't work. Your indicators, of course, all the same. And you've got your fog light controls just down here. That's your front fogs. And your rear fogs is the switch just below that there. So have a look in here. You can probably just see a wee bit of it. But if Chris is going to stand behind the car, well, you can't really see it, so he's now going to do that and open my boot. Yeah, that's how it works. We've also got automatic headlights in the car. It's a bit loud. Automatic headlights, we can choose to either have them off, which leaves DRLs on, or automatic side lights, and obviously on. I leave them on that. The dimmer switch turns everything on the dash just that wee bit lower. It does the same for, does it do these? Yeah, it does the same for these dials. And when the screen's on, it dulls the screen as well. And it actually does the door handle bits as well, right there. So, handy wee feature. Brilliant car, couldn't ask for more, especially from a 10-year-old car. That is a crap load of equipment for its time. And I can only imagine what it costs brand new. I'm going to have to do a wee bit of research. See that? That's ridiculous, considering it's now, what, 20 past midnight. That's pretty selfish. Good God. I'm going to have a wee bit of research and find out what the price was for this brand new 10 years ago. The bonnet lift lever is right here. Going to go ahead and lift this up. Should be a relatively nice and easy job, because after all, it is hydraulically lifted, it's just heavy at the first go, which is up into there. Yeah. There we go. That's still a bit wet, okay. So if you need to jump this car, you've got the positive terminal cap right there. That's what you jump to. And another say 1 to ground, which that'll probably do. And just ticking away in all its glory. For the expansion tank sat there, the vehicle's ECU. You can see the suspension start top. And a load of space. Seems pointless, but it's actually probably very helpful to work on the car. And under there you've got all your injectors and whatnot, but we'll wait for that. What I've just done there was downloaded the original Audi price book for this car for when it was brand new, and from what I can see it was about 32 grand brand new. I'm just going to cut the video quickly while I go and double check that. It's a recommended on the road price and an RRP. Bear with me one second and I'll find out. £33,400 was the recommended on the road price. Whew, that's pretty hefty. And 10 years ago, £33,400. That's not a 2026 £33,400, which is still expensive, but not as much as it was back then because of the rate of inflation now and wage increases. Absolutely crazy, but we'll see what Chris thinks about that when I tell him. Well, in typical me fashion, I would forget to do something, but I'm not going to forget to do it this time, and that is to put my phone on the ground and reverse over the phone with the car to see what it looks like underneath. I'm going to put it right on this line for the parking divide between parking spaces. I'm going to reverse the car right over it until I can see this line, and then slowly drive back forwards over it. So here it goes.
And the phone is still intact. It's not
There we go. So that is all the way to the right.
And right down the right there, you can see the actual drive shaft there up front. Right there is the drive shaft CV joint. So the
I
transmission
can actually see that myself.
is under there, it's sitting behind the engine.
Other than Chris's heat.
Oof.
I'm going to go around the other side and have a look behind this wheel. Sure. Chris is up now, so I'm going to have a look. Give it a wee look behind this tyre as well. There you go. It's really, really low to the ground. Leave earlier. These are the moves.
It's all good night from what I can see.
Apart from obviously some dirt build up. Can't even fit my fist in there. Every time I turn my hand I just can't do it. But you can see those tyres are pretty much brand new on there, so good. And obviously it's got a ton of plastic that's apparently it's not bolted in, that's handy. It's got a few bolts but they are actually, they either look loose or they are loose. I think it might just be a tad loose, but that's been held in somehow. My hopes and dreams probably. Let's have a look. That's lovely. But again, not bothering me just now. It's in that lovely colour. I think it's called Manhattan Grey or something. I can't quite remember, but I was told. I'm going to have to look that up. Look at that going back. It's just clean. Chris has had that idea. He's got a selfie stick. He's going to do the same as I did, except I ran over the phone.
It's a lot easier rather than to fill up with the petrol can, the diesel can.
I was not sure that. Chris's back end is sticking out, so we'll not show that. There you go. Not looking too bad as far as I can see anyway.
So I'll go up a wee bit.
Looks okay to me.
Yeah, it's pretty nice on show. It's not too bad, it's pretty solid.
That's what we like to hear.
Silencer.
It's getting blasted with heat out of the exhaust. Plastic under trees, yeah, they will do. That's no surprise to me in the slightest. All I'm going to do now is turn my wheel back to being straight. Just close the door and turn on some aircon because it's warm. There it goes. Oh, that's nice. 21 degrees overnight. That's ridiculous.